All right, so resolutions. How did I do? Well, my resolution number 1 for 2020 was to sell a new play. And when I was looking back on this, I almost thought that I didn't sell a new play, because when I think of the plays that I've written recently and sent out into the world, they have not been accepted yet. They're kind of on hold, really. They're in limbo because not very many places are buying plays because of COVID-19. Hardly anybody is performing plays, and if they are, it's usually going to be on Zoom. So play sales have gone down tremendously. Not just for me, but for, I'm guessing, almost every playwright out there. However, I almost forgot that when things were first shutting down, that I wrote a play called The Magic of Zoom. It's a little 20-minute one-act, and it's a spoof of Hogwarts, and it all takes place on Zoom. And that play is published with Eldridge Plays, and several schools have already done it in 2020, and I think a few have signed up to perform it in 2021. So that's a thumbs up. That's a yes. I can check that one off. I did technically sell a new play. It's not the play that I imagined that I would sell this year, but it nonetheless is a play that I wrote this year and I sold it. New Year's resolution number 2 is to write and sell a picture book. And did I do that? No, I did not. I failed on that resolution. I did write a new picture book, and a new picture book was sent out into the world. Right? My agent sent a new picture book out into the world, but no one has purchased that picture book. It's been rejected by, I think, 5 or 6 publishers, and it's still out being read by 3 or 4 publishers. So there's still a chance that it will sell, but it will not sell unless some miracle happens and I check my email and it's been sold today. Right? It will not sell in 2020. So that is a I did not make resolution number 2. Resolution number 3, gain more than 700 YouTube followers. And I'm pleased to announce that, yes, I've actually gained, according to YouTube statistics, 1,078 followers. I have definitely encouraged many of my students over this past year to like and subscribe. And so if you are a student watching this video, thanks very much for liking and subscribing and feeding your professor's ego just a little bit. New Year's resolution number 5, create at least 26 videos. So I was hoping to make one video, at least one video every 2 weeks for the course of a year, and I definitely did that. I made actually a lot more than 26 videos. I don't know that they're good videos, but I didn't say make 26 good videos. I said make at least 26 videos, and so that's what I did. So another yes. And this next one, the last one on the list, write at least 100 pages of a new novel. And here's the thing. There was this project that I started writing 10 years ago. I've mentioned this on this channel before. It's been called a couple things. Right now I'm calling it Tales of the Old Crow. So 10 years ago, I was 5 chapters into that book, and I was writing it, and I got to the point where I was like, no, I don't think it's working. So I put it away, left it on the computer for 10 years. And so once sort of COVID set in and I had some spare time, I was looking at that project again, and I thought, I think I can make it work now. And so I started writing, and I wrote, I'd have to check the word count. I think I wrote 20,000 words, like 20,000 new words on it or something like that. Anyway, I didn't write 100 new pages. I probably wrote about 80 new pages on it. And here's the thing. A couple months ago, I got to another stopping point in this narrative where I just thought, like, no, it's not working. But the problem is that I should be writing a story that's delightful for children, because it's about talking cats and rats and mice and a little boy named William Shakespeare who turns into a mouse. And so it's got all these magical elements, but it's also interweaving all of these Shakespearean storylines together. And so that's the part that for me is like, it's very self-indulgent, and I'm writing it in a way that is playing around with the language of Shakespeare, and so I don't think it's going to be appealing to children or grown-ups. But here's what happened. I got to a point in the story where I realized that I wanted the story to go kind of in a different place, but I set up this narrative that is meant to take about 6 different Shakespearean plots and weave them together with cats and rats as the characters, but you basically follow the story arc of like Henry V and Taming of the Shrew, right? Because a shrew, you gotta have a shrew in there. And like 4 other ones, and like Macbeth, things like that. So it's got these different Shakespearean storylines, but because I am at the point in my life where I really like writing, by the seat of my pants and seeing where the story goes, I got to the point where it's like I didn't like being locked into the Shakespearean storylines, and I wanted to do other things with the story. But then it seemed insane to write a story with 6 Shakespearean plot lines and then just like halfway through the book write whatever the heck you wanted. So I came to a crisis point in that, and I stopped writing it. This is about 2 or 3 months ago. I haven't written it for about 3 months, I think. And I have a feeling that what's going to happen is I'm going to put it away for another 10 years. So this is a long explanation of saying that I got close to writing 100 new pages, but I did not. And it wasn't even a new novel. It was a very, very old project that I'd been working on. So I'm sad to say that resolution is, I didn't complete that one. So there's a couple failures on here, but there are a couple successes. And now it's time to talk about my New Year's resolutions for 2021. Don't worry, this won't take very long, because I'm going to do something that I haven't ever done. Since I can remember, I've made New Year's resolutions. And this, I think, is going to be the first year since I became an adult when I'm not going to make any resolutions. I'm just going to take 2021. I'm just going to take it as it comes. I want to do things, but I'm not going to map anything out. And so what I will do is keep track of the projects that I create and whatever accomplishments, if any, I achieve. But I'm not making any resolutions. So will I write a new play or a new children's book or a new novel? I don't know. I don't necessarily have any goals to do that right now. So what am I working on? Right now, I'm not working on anything. At least not anything creative. I'm getting ready to start a new class, and maybe the reason why I'm treating 2021 differently is because it's going to be a very different year. 2020 was definitely a strange, surprising year, and we don't know what 2021 holds in store for us. And for me personally, I am very fortunate that I get to continue to teach. However, I recently found out that while I will still keep my job and teach online, I'm not going to return to the classroom for a year. This coming semester, I'm teaching online, and we just found out that most of us at least, myself included, that classes are not going to be back in session in the fall, that the majority of teachers will be teaching online. So that means throughout all of 2021, I'm not going to be back in the classroom. And I have very mixed feelings about this because I really enjoy interacting with my students face to face, and I think that I'm a better teacher in that environment. I'm trying to do a good job teaching online, so I really miss that. I think that I'm pretty good at teaching, and so so it's going to be strange to go, a whole year. It's already been almost a year out of the classroom, and it's bizarre thinking that I'm not going to be back in the classroom for that long of a time. I'm hoping that I will continue to do things that are productive and useful and beneficial in some ways for others, at least make people smile or laugh. But I don't know. It's a big question mark. So that's my what am I working on Wednesday. If you've watched this whole video, thanks so much. I rambled on. I'll try to fix things in post to edit it down so I can streamline it. If you've been watching this channel and you're part of my micro audience, thank you for following these videos, and thank you for commenting. I look forward to interacting with you a lot more in the coming year. If you are part of my micro audience and you are a fellow author, I really want us to work together to make this a wonderful year where we are creative and we're productive and we are learning to market ourselves better. So stick with me, micro audience. Oh, and if you're part of the micro audience where you want more weirdness and more sketches and more skits, I promise that I will do some of those weird videos as well. So I'm not just going to be rambling about writing in 2021. Who knows what I'll do, but it's going to be eclectic. I'm not stopping the eclectic style that has been established on my channel. Even though people say, hey, stick with one thing and be consistent. No, I'm going to be consistently inconsistent. That's not a resolution, but it is a promise. And I will talk to you later. Bye.